Hello, Internet, and welcome to Stochastic Plastic Episode 3. Today we are taking a look at the Scott Pilgrim 6-inch figure from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now, as the packaging says, this is an adult collector's toy, so take that for what you will. This toy came out in 2011, right around a little bit after the feature film from Universal came out. So this is kind of a tie-in with the film, but obviously it's based on the comic, the way it's designed. So Scott Pilgrim is a 6-volume graphic novel by Brian Lee O'Malley, and it was adapted into a film directed by Edgar Wright and released in August 2010. And this is our protagonist, Scott Pilgrim. So let's get Scott out of his plastic prison. I'll give him... well, let's see. Looks like his left hand is a little too big for his... to actually hold his sword, so he has distinct hands for what he wants to hold. Whether he wants to hold his sword or his bass guitar. This figure is pretty interesting because it has very, very low articulation. It's got no leg articulation whatsoever. These are completely solid. He's got a swivel at the waist, which is nice. Rotate at the shoulders, the biceps, and the wrists. Nothing in the elbow area. He's got his head on a tiny little ball joint. But it holds it pretty good and does what it should. So, not a whole lot going on in articulation, which is fine. Pretty nicely detailed. He's got some slick sneakers, and his jeans look pretty good with the seams. His accessories are pretty nice. He's got his Power of Love sword here, which we can focus on. Yep, there we go. Not too sharp, which is fine, but nice and solid. It's not bendy plastic like a lot of weapons. And we've got his Rickenbacker guitar, his bass guitar, that he borrowed from his younger brother indefinitely and then destroyed. His face sculpt is pretty nice. It's a little creepy with that smile and those giant eerie eyes. Just a little bit disturbing. Just enough. So he pretty accurately represents his design from the comics. And this figure is designed more to be like a statuette rather than an action figure necessarily. But he really doesn't need to be anything more than that. He's got his sword, he's got his guitar, and his guitar, you can get it on him, but it's pretty tricky, and it usually feels like you're about to break the guitar strap. You gotta kind of... It's tough to get on there, to say the least. But it can be done. I've done it. You can remove the head, and actually that makes it a whole lot easier to do it. So if you want to put your guitar on, it might be helpful to remove your head first. And then it just pops back on. So here we've got Scott with his Power of Love sword and his Rickenbacker bass. And that's pretty much about it for him. He doesn't have a whole lot going on. He's He's got pretty limited posability, but that's alright. He's kind of designed to just be in this one position. I got this guy from Amazon in 2011, and I was just searching for him again, and it seems like he's pretty hard to find nowadays. So if you do want to get him, you're probably going to have to try and shoot for eBay. I definitely recommend him if you're a fan of the Scott Pilgrim books, movie, or even the video game. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down in the comments, and you can like and subscribe and do all the fun YouTube things that YouTubers want you to do, because it's fun. This has been the review of the Scott Pilgrim 6-inch figure. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Wow.